Hey guys, this is Michael Troy from Yorba Linda High School, Period 5, Advanced Placement Computer Science. We're going to be doing iCT lesson 6.2, so let's jump right to it. Okay, we're going to be starting with our tester class first. And we're going to start with public class regular polygon tester. Okay. Then we're going to be making our main, public static void main, string, arguments, and next we're going to be making a regular polygon, obviously. So we can just start programming that right now. Polygon. And the first polygon we're going to be making is, let's make it simple, let's make it a triangle. And Mr. Elliott actually has specifications for the default constructor, which is actually conveniently going to be a triangle. Okay, next we go into the actual rectangular polygon, and we're going to have to script it, obviously. So, regular polygon, call that your class. And what we're going to do here is create three classes, three constructors, public, regular, polygon. Just like all the other exercises, we're going to be doing the same thing. It's just a little bit of math on top. And this is going to be our normal constructor, and what we're going to have here is two arguments. But actually, before we get into any of that, let's declare our instance variables. Private double. These are actually all going to be double, even the sides. Even though sides is an integer, we're going to be using it a double, so this way we don't have to typecast it a bunch for all of our methods, and you'll see why as we move along. The variables we'll have is my num sides, my side length, my r, radius, for the large one, and my small r, my small inscribed radius. And for our regular polygon, the number of sides is going to be 3, because that's the least amount of sides a polygon could have. And in all technicality, you can also have this 3, since you're storing an integer into a double, and that's okay. But I'm just going to keep it 3.0. Just cuz. And 7.0 is just arbitrary, but that's what Mr. Elliott wants it, so that's where we're going to put it. And for the parameters, we're going to have integer, number of sides, and integer, and double my side length. The reason we have number of sides is when the number of sides is integer is because usually when we input the number of sides, we're not going to say, oh, we have 3.0 sides or 4.0 sides. We're going to say, oh, we have 3 sides or 4 sides. But since this is a double, and just like I said, we could put in 3 instead of 3.0, we can also put this num side, which is an integer, into this double value, my num sides. So that's perfectly okay. If you did good on the quiz, you should know what I'm talking about. But this has to be a double, because usually when you're specifying length, you'll say 7.0 or 7.5, so on and so forth. And we're going to be making a copy constructor. It's pretty self-explanatory. Let's call it other polygon. I think actually you have to. And we're going to say other polygon dot other polygon dot get number of sides. And remember, we can't say just my num other polygon dot my num sides, since my sides is private and we wouldn't be able to access it from the other polygon we're copying. Get side length. And after that, we're going to be making the rest of the classes. We're going to be making the helper classes. And those are the calculate R, big R, and calculate small r. And also on a side note, I heard actually I did Boolean statements on the other one where I went beyond the original requirements, and from what I've heard, a couple of people got in trouble. So sorry about that. But I mean, that was on the first day, so I mean, it can't be helped. Make sure you look over stuff, and I'll try to avoid you getting yelled at and stuff. But there's not much I can do do about it other than avoid it. So I'll try keeping to the bare core. Anyways, back on the methods, our helper method, or first one, is going to be calculate large r, which is going to be 1/2 or 0.5 times the side length, or s, times we're going to be using, I think, secant. But since we don't have secant, we're going to be saying 1 divided by sine, which we all know, since we took trigonometry, it's 1 over sine. Math.sine, and we're going to be using pi. Make sure the p and I are capitalized, or else you'll get an error. Divided by n, or my sides. And make sure all your brackets are matching up. And that looks okay. Math.sine. Yeah, awesome. So for calculate big R, ooh, actually, I think I mixed these up. I don't have Mr. Elliott's site up with me, but I think for the big R, it's supposed to be tangent, or cotangent, and this one's supposed to be cosecant, the small r. But anyways, they're the same thing, it's just different trigonometric identities. So let's just move on to the vertex angle. And the equation for the vertex angle, there's no parameters, is my n, or my number of sides, minus 2. Don't forget the spaces between each of your operators, my num sides. And if you guys forgot what operators are, they're the divide, minus, and so on and so forth. And it's all multiplied by 180, and we'll just put this in front since not C++, Java runs equations as binary, and it'll do it in order. Anyways, we'll go on to perimeter. Perimeter is easy. It's just the number of sides multiplied by the side length. So what we're going to return is s times n. My side length times my number of sides. Okay. Next we'll go into area, public double area. And we'll return for the area, how we're going to do this is 1/2 times n, my number of sides, times big R squared. To do squared, we're going to say math.pow. We're going to put calculate R, which will give us R, obviously, to the second power, which will also give us squared, times math.sine of 2 pi. And again, don't forget to capitalize the pi, divided by n, which is my number of sides. A lot of this assignment is about understanding how to convert equations into programmable language. Next, we're going to do all the methods, the setter methods, I think, or I mean the accessors. And just for time's sake, I'm just going to copy and paste those all in here. At this point, you should definitely know how to do accessor methods. They're probably one of the easiest methods. Okay, so let me just get this all formatted really quick. And while we're on that subject, don't forget to put good comments and so on and so forth. I'll be doing actually a separate video from this for comments. It'll be on this too, but I'm going to split this into 2 parts. just so people know how to do this and people know how to program the API. And our final method is going to be public print Polygon, and since we're not having any values returned, we're going to say system.out.print. Notice it's not print line because the next we're going to have to print the formatted variables, and you'll know what I'm talking about in a second. So just sit tight. First, we have to print out the number of sides, but since sides is currently a double, we need to typecast that into an integer. And when we do printf, if you notice in Mr. Elliott's website, everything has been rounded to 2 places. So we're going to say %.2, two places, f, and we're going to say my side length, and we're going to do that for the rest because we're going to do that for vertex angle, calculate r of the small r, big R, perimeter, and area. This is the print Polygon, just so we can save a bunch of space in the actual tester class, so we don't have to keep rewriting this. We can just say like triangle.print polygon or something like that. And if you guys notice, it'll print this line, the number of sides, and then right after it'll print the side length. So we want a little bit of space, so we're going to say comma space. So it's printing these characters first, and then it's going to print this. But this is going to be substituted by my side length rounded to 2 decimal places. So what this line as a whole, what it's going to look like is comma space my side length rounded to 2 decimal places. So think of this kind of like a variable. I guess it would be okay to think about it like a variable. And the variable itself will be the next parameter. And so all we have to do now is plug and chug. Vertex. We have to put the vertex angle, calculate r, and by the way, I'll have Mr. Elliott's site in the comments below. By the way, I'm going to be doing these every week, or on the day they come out. So look for them on my channel the day of or the day after it's assigned. And let's see. Hopefully, I didn't make mistakes. I'm pretty sure I'm going to make a mistake, but there we go. Get num sides. Alright. This is a method, so it needs parentheses. Let's see how many mistakes I made. Awesome. I think I only made those 2 mistakes. No, I did not. Get side length. Get num sides. Get side length. Other side length. Oh. Oops. Okay. This should probably work. Awesome. And run it. Oh, we forgot to do the print. Or hopefully you did, but I forgot to print the polygon information. Okay. Keep sticking around because there's a little bit more to come. And actually, this value is off. I'm a little bit concerned why. Here, let's see. Let me check my math really quick. Return n, calculate r, the second power, math sign, 2 pi no my num sides. That's odd. Calculate r. I know sides. Yeah, this should actually work. I don't know what's the problem. Let me try recompiling it one more time. The area should actually be somewhere around 21.10, which means one of our values is off. This is definitely 3, 7.0. Let's see, the vertex angle is correct. Calculate R. Oh, this should be opposite. Perimeter is 21 in area. Oh, perhaps my R and R were misplaced. So let's see. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's a problem. Okay, there we go. The problem I had with that was I calculated the wrong inscribed circle, so the large R should be with the cosecant. So calculate big R should be with math.sine, not math.tangent. Anyways, you'll notice when we create a new polygon, such as a square, which has 4 sides obviously, and let's just say it has a side of 10.0. You'll notice when we print the polygon, it should print them right in a row. And in order to avoid this problem, see, there's no space between these. In order to avoid this problem, we're going to say right after area, remember this is equal to the area rounded to 2 decimal places. After that, we're going to say \n, which will create a new line. Now it should turn into 2 lines, and awesome, we're done with this, and you can format it wherever you like. There's actually a lot more you could do with this. This will probably not get you an amazing grade, but it'll be passing. Anyways, I'll see you guys next time, and Michael out. I don't know.